This is your daily market recap for Wednesday, July 20th, 2022. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at EXPI Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is your daily market recap for Wednesday, July 20th, 2022. Hopefully you're having a good day. Hopefully this content is really providing value. Again, one of the things I always love to repeat and start the videos with is watching these videos is to help guide you through the day-to-day minutia of how the market's working, the bigger trends, and ultimately playing the market through probabilities. If you feel like you're gambling, you have no clue what's going on day to day, and you are losing money constantly, or you're winning and losing, this channel is meant for you. I love to coach and help other traders trade to win, not to gamble. We treat this like a business. You take money out of the markets, your account grows well over time, but your account balances, you're investing in other parts of your life, are what make you money. Again, the people with the biggest accounts in trading, what do they do with that money? They buy passive investments like real estate and other such assets. So what? They can live off of. The goal is not to trade for 40 years. Trust me. As much as I love trading, and as well as I have done, the goal is always to do less. And that's why I love teaching. I actually can do less. So I appreciate everybody who supports the channel, and let's get into it. Interesting day. Not really surprised we had ups and downs. I just keep trying to reiterate to people because I feel like maybe, again, I'm not going to sway sentiment. I'm such a small fry. Everybody's bearish. And you know what? Whatever. The thing that people have to be honest with themselves about is look at the action. Like Google comes out with talk about hiring freeze, stock drops, market drops, it rips right back. We broke over 3,900 on the S&P. Everything looks bullish, yet I continue to talk to tons of people and everybody's bearish. That sentiment has to get wiped out before I think the market goes lower. That's what a bear market rally does. It draws in people to become bullish again. Anyway, Bitcoin. What did we say? If you bought it here down in that green zone, break the trend line, it's good to go. Now again, keep in mind, good to go is defined by what? Follow through. If you bought in at whatever X price down here, please have a stop. Please, please, please do not round trip this or turn this into a loss, because you just wasted months where you could have been trading. And if you were trading, following the room and being active, you're going to make a lot more money than just watching Bitcoin round trip for the last month. That would be rather disappointing because, again, opportunity has a cost. It's called opportunity cost, obviously, but you don't want to be in crappy stuff. It's why I haven't recommended gold or miners. I mean, I like them. I think they're bottom-in. But clearly, if you would have held gold and silver, metals, whatever, in the last couple months, you've been in purgatory. And instead of being in purgatory, we made good money trading. That's what the markets are. A bear market is a trader's market. Do not let anyone ever tell you it's an investor's market. No, it's not. Bear market is a trader's market, up and down. Bull markets are to be invested in. You can hold for years. This is not that type of time frame. You have to be willing to trade. Oil. What did we say? Ultimately in time, it's going lower. We have a double top, demand destruction. Everybody's still way too bullish oil. If you don't know your history, even in 2008 when oil ran up to 150 and the world was ending and there was no supply, it always shows up. Especially if there's a recession, because then guess what? They have more incentive to pump. They were like, what? That makes no sense. And it's like, yeah, actually they do. All these stupid countries in OPEC, maybe not stupid, the people, the governments in OPEC, let's call that, because the people in the country aren't OPEC. OPEC is a band of thieves. They'll lie. They will pump as much oil as they need to do what? Keep their populaces happy from and keep unrest at bay. Because what happens if they don't pump oil and make money during recessions? What do you think will happen? Distress. I mean, tons of crazy crap can happen in these countries because why? Run by dictatorships. If they can't make their money and pay off their constituencies and keep people happy, typically what follows is what? Revolutions, all sorts of crazy stuff. CIA probably gets involved. Another story. Anyway, we'll get into oil later here as well, but keep in mind, I think it is ultimately going lower. 65, 70 range long term probably goes much higher. Again, if you don't invest in oil and gas and then you try to live off of it, it's going to get more expensive. It's pretty sure it's how anything goes. You don't, it's like, think about it. If we don't grow wheat and all of a sudden we want a lot of bread and we want to continue to eat bread, it's going to get more expensive. It's really that simple. It's called supply and demand. Politicians, where the have you been? Oh, that's right. They don't need educations. You know, they just need to be community organizers and just really good schmoozers. They don't really have to actually know how an economy works or jobs work or how to get a job. Anyway, let's get into it. TLT. Yep. Some folks this morning were like, watch the 20-day. It's pulling back. Joyous Mischief said it's hitting support. And I was like, yeah. And it bounced. Now, again, the volumes on these pullbacks are so light. I don't think you have any problems here. It looks like a head and shoulders bottom about to rally at least to the 120s. How do we know that? Again, you're at the support zone here. Probably going to bounce. There you go. There's your 120s minimum. You don't know. Keep in mind, like in 2008, this is the same thing. In 2007, you had a pop and then a drop, pop. So maybe this is like 2007 and then 2008, wham. Ultimately, what is the thing that will cause the market to rumble? Is higher interest rates. Remember, inflation. The market doesn't like inflation. Why? Because again, if without wages going higher, these companies can't charge more. Apple can't. You know, when they have deflation, I guess they really never had deflation, but whatever. When you have a stable economy and low inflation, companies are able to justify higher prices and people get used to it. Now that oil prices, housing prices, you know how it is. Once every other cost goes up, they don't have the affordability to buy their Apple and expand, invest, whatever. That's why high rates of inflation lead to what? Recession. Every single time. Dollar called the top. Now, again, this isn't a long-term top. I think ultimately this thing goes way higher. And that might be the end of the dollar. Because, again, the end of the dollar isn't a crash. It's a run-up, then smash. Look where you came into, old resistance. I mean, it's basically parity with the euro. Some other currency pairs, I don't remember what they are again at this price. But I don't care. Looking at the UP, because I trade during market hours that I'm awake and functioning in. If I try to trade for 18 hours a day, my brain literally can't handle probably more than 4 intense hours of watching the market. Trying to get that to 7 to 10 hours a day, I'd blow out. Anyway, freaking currency trading. Good luck. Anyway, yeah, I think it backs off. Just like we talked about here. It broke out, backed off. Probably 27, upper 27s. Takes you back to like the 50-day. Somewhere probably here. Let's just draw it out for folks. Somewhere in here. Maybe even lower. I mean, again, we don't know. This is why I always tell people, like, price projections and targets. Ooh, you're the smartest person in the room trying to price project. I really try not to do that perfectly because, again, what do I notice? Sometimes you're wrong. Short of it, too. Or you go way beyond it than it goes. Now, again, like I said, here's the top of the channel, and it went, wee, a little higher. Oh, if I said 29 is the short, went higher. That happens a lot. VIX, I've said this for weeks, on weeks and weeks and weeks. Seasonality, the continuation of the down is coming. No way. It's like, yes, we are coming down to the channel low at some point. We are. Minimum 22, maybe even 18. Oh, but it's a bear market. No shiitake, Sherlock. No duh. I've told you this before. Again, you get the chop before the major blow off. This is not the major blow off. Do not get it twisted. I don't think the bear market's over. But you'll get some chop before the blow off. Keep in mind, 2001 was 9/11. That was like a COVID. So that's like a COVID spike. So if this is the COVID spike, this is what's interesting. The following capitulation in the market should bring a VIX of what? Oh shit. It would take you up into the 80s, 90s. Again, I mean, I remember these days. These were bail out the world. The world is ending. Call Bernanke, save us. Call Paulson. That was another one. All those guys. Anyway, VIX. So back to point. It's going lower. I think the market's going naturally higher. How much higher? Let's go to the videotape. No, let's get to the SPY. What did we say? Repeating pattern. Blowout, double bottom, go. Blowout, gap, 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 gap. I know that's not as big a candle, but look at all these gaps. Like, pretend that's one candle. Yikes. Double bottom. You broke over 3,900. Now we're back up near 395. You're back into some trend lines. Again, if it's repeating pattern, it should take you up to the channel high. I've said somewhere in the 400s. Could it, and again, keep in mind these channels aren't, like, could it be this channel too? That's the big question. I don't think we get up to the 420s, but it really just depends. I mean, if oil drops and rates go lower, that's why I keep trying to warn bears. Like, don't be so quick to short this market. Now, I know there'll be intradays, pops and chops and flops. If everybody's bearish going into the Feds, and actually all these businesses keep warning about jobs, what is the Fed's dual mandate? Inflation and what? Jobs. Well, CPI has peaked. People are like, what are you talking about? Well, June CPI, go look at it. Like, every commodity from June is down 20 to 50%. So the Feds aren't worried about that. Now they're going to be worried about jobs. Now, again, I'm not calling for a bull market. What I'm telling you is that they might try to talk the market into a pivot. That's what I'd be, again, like, we don't know that. Again, I really hate projecting this stuff because people debate this all day, and it's like, just do what the market's doing, not what you think should do. That's the hard part of trading. Like, you can debate bearishness, bullishness all day, but what do you see? Double bottom pop, double bottom bear market rally, double bottom bear market rally. Okay, just don't even think about why. The why is, you will not usually know why until when. Buy the rumor, sell the news, sell the rumor, buy news. The why comes usually at the end. Remember that. QQQ, similar situation. Multi-level bottom, rally back up. Multi-level bottom, rally back up. Minimum the 100-day here in the 316s. Maybe up to 326. It's really that simple. Now, again, I don't know how to say this over and over without sounding like I'm trying to insult people, but do what the market is doing. No, but every day I've really got to short it. All right. I mean, again, there probably is a day where the market drops. Just be careful if you do. Don't believe like the market's going to tank, because even people don't realize, like, we shorted the back test. There's going to be an opportunity. There's going to be an opportunity. You do not necessarily, like, there's going to be opportunities. You don't want to be first. I've been first. I'm first a lot sometimes, and then I always regret it because I'm like, gosh darn it, I bought puts or I'm short now, and it's like, man, it's not going to go for like 5 days. It's not going to go for a week. Why not just not do that? IWM, we said it bottom first and it leads, right? Top first, bottom first here. Now what? It's over the 50-day. This is not bearish action. I mean, I don't know how to explain this and say it. Like, do what the market's doing. Do what the market is doing. Do what the market's doing. Like last time, even in March, again, when you had the sloppy choppy bottom, like, here you go, sloppy choppy bottom, got up to the 100-day channel low. What do we say? 187 on a cop. Anyway, hip hop fans, you know what I'm talking about. Just please don't short. Again, maybe this is what I keep, now I'm starting to suspect. If everybody is bearish going into earnings, what happens? The stock pops. If everybody is bearish going into the Fed meeting, I mean, everybody's buying puts. I mean, I hear it daily. Shorting, buying puts, short, buy puts, short, buy puts. You got to hedge going into the Feds. If I'm the market maker and I know everybody's doing this, I can see all your orders, by the way. What's probably going to happen? It's going to be a pop. Then it's probably a top. Again, if you've not traded that long, you don't know what I'm talking about. Just whatever. Trust me. Gold. I said this last week. I'll say it again. I'm not buying it. I think it should bottom here. Should. Look at these volumes. They're not telling you if you're wrong or right. They're just telling you it's a retest trap. Please don't get trapped in this stuff. I don't think there's much upside. You are, what's the best way to describe this without trying to insult my gold, silver miners friends? Again, I call it purgatory. Like, it's just, I mean, while the market's doing something, this is doing that. You know what I mean? Like, it clearly has not been an inflation hedge, and I know why. I tell people this all the time. In a bear market, nothing is safe, even gold. Why? Because when there's liquidations, margin calls, people have to sell, forced selling. All is good. You ever heard the saying, throw the baby out with the bathwater? Whee! That's what happens every time. every time. And gold, again, if you're in a bear market, it's going to hold up. No one's saying like gold's going back to $1,000 an ounce. But the best time to buy it, like here's the bear market at the capitulation in October. And then what? COVID, right back. Please take, again, I know so many gold people every day just hit me. I'm like, oh, you're going to be, I'm like, I'm not going to be wrong because it's a bear freaking market. I know how this works. Now, again, if it pops back 10 points and then it goes lower, oh, if I miss those 10 points, am I going to be mad? Nope. Nope, because I know when to buy it. Buy physical. Now, I'm not saying, but if you can get physical with low premiums, absolutely buy it. Silver, we talked about novice gap and bottoming. Silver typically precedes the best gold move. So, silver looks like it's bottoming. I think gold will bottom soon. But I don't want to be in this purgatory. Now, some people say 19 to 20 is a good move. Not when you play for points. Just leave it alone. Again, the best time to buy silver is by far during the capitulation in a bear market because you will get a price that makes 0 sense because the paper game is absolutely rigged. We all know that. GDX talked about it, novice gap, doji holding at the lows. I still think it's bottom, but it doesn't mean it can't come back to the lower. I mean, again, what are the three formations of a bottom? A double bottom, equal bottom, a lower low pop, or a higher low and pop. Like those are the three scenarios here. Well, you're back near the lower end of range if you have to buy it. This is why we talk about not chasing. We don't really believe in V tops and V bottoms. You get them very rarely, but you typically get a retest. Like even here, you got a higher low, right? Here, not so much. That was the exception. But let's look back in the past. Double bottom, double bottom. Chop bottom. Chop top. Low, higher low. You see what I'm saying here? Chop bottom. I mean, the V bottom perception is just, it's overrated. That's why I don't even put it in the scenarios. Again, the times you get V tops are usually when blow offs. Like that's a blow off, right? To me, this isn't a blow down. I mean, now you're starting to chop again. Like that was just, and even then, again, you will get an opportunity. Trust me, you always do. Sentiment does not think of sentiment as a large tanker. To turn sentiment that is bearish for months, it takes either a lot of power or some time. Keep that in mind. GDXJ, same thing. Think it's bottomed here. You actually had volume backing off. There's your back off. Chop bottom. I don't need to do this again. Chop top, whatever. Be safe. AG, let's run through these names. Again, I like all these names long term, but I'm not going to hold them. Think it's going to 5 or 6, but it could get to 9 first. AEM, said this 1,000 times. I think it's probably going into the 30s at some point. Not really a fan of it making new lows. Just is what it is. NFGC, Sprott's buying this. Sprott's buying it. I probably should buy it too. You know, there's 1 or 2. I mean, his last buy that I bought was KL. That did pretty good. If you don't know Kirkland Lake Mining, check it out. Still think we're going into the 3s. PAAS, just leave it alone. But I mean, you can trade it, but just don't marry it. Looks like a bottom, popping. Letter X. All right, we talked about these names. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Novice gap, Doji's pro gap. Not a ton of volume, but you did get the higher low. Started to run your. Once we say go over the 20-day, you got upside potential here in the 20s. Looks okay. New core. I mean, again, these companies should have good quarters. They guided like 3 weeks ago and said they had great earnings coming. Same thing. Chop. This one actually knocked me out and then went higher. Back up. Looks good. I mean, I'd start to watch. I said here, you know, somewhere in the 120s. Well, that doji, keep an eye on it. That's all I can say. CCJ. Man, every day the uranium folks are so excited. And again, I believe in uranium. I just don't believe in it until the bear market pukes. I said what? We'll look at that area in the 20s in blue. You see it? Look at that. It chopped bottom, held, pop. We talked about it. Probably could get up to what? Somewhere in the mid-20s. I mean, it's good. I guess that's a good. I mean, 20%, not bad. No, or 25% if it gets from 20 to 25, not bad. I trade for points a lot of the times, and also I just worry it gets lumped into the regular sum. I know there's so much news. Trust me. Japan this, and Germany this, and everybody needs uranium. I get it. just wait for the bear market to really get it. Because again, you're gonna get knocked out. Look at this. Even in April, knocked back down. December, knocked down. That's how trading goes. VALE, they had some mediocre guidance. Interesting action. Maybe a novice gap. Again, this is one of those companies. They're Brazilian, diversified material name. I like this action actually. If you made a lower low but rally back on I mean, it's such a tight doji. Keep an eye on it. If the market pops, it should pop. Arrow, copper name. Like this long term, but guess what? Not to buy in it. Not to buy in it now. No. Again, they probably popped. I mean, we talked about this. Look at this choppy bottom. Should pop. How high? Probably somewhere in the 10 range. Cool. If you like it, great. No problem. Now what? Mosaic. Hello. Talked about this being sneaky. Double bottom, held the channel back over the 20-day. Russia said, the U.S. said they're not going to, or I guess the EU, whatever, they're not going to ban Russian agriculture fertilizer. Smart. I mean, we do need to eat food. Again, maybe that floods the market. Probably not. Still undersupplied. We'll see. This one's interesting because you got some major volume down here. Stopping power. Look at that. Someone bought a ton of shares and it's holding here. You can see the blue zone. I mean, in a bear market, this thing will get wiped out. If we do have a bull market rally chop sideways action, it has the potential to probably get up into the 90s. That's no doubt. AMD. What did we said? It's bullish. No one believed you said shorted it. Shorted it. Covered. Why? Support equals resistance, volume at price zone. We said somewhere in the 70s. It went pretty low. Definitely trapped. Higher low. Now what? Channel high. I said this last week. I said it the week before. If this pops somewhere in the 90s, and if you're lucky, maybe over 100. Maybe over 100. Don't get crazy with it. Don't marry this stock. Remember, it's a bear market, trader's market. Trader's market. That's what this is. Trader's market. Said it again and again and again. I like it though. Semiconductor bill. What do we say? Here comes the chips bill. Everybody goes, Dan, you're crazy for buying it. Again, what do we notice sometimes? When you break out of a channel low, you bounce back. That's the bottom. Novice gap. Look at this action. Closed at the high, above average volume. Professional gap, chop, higher high. Started taking profits here. Said you should start layering out of the trade because the easy money is over. Where could it go? We've painted the picture. Said anywhere from like 220, even maybe up to here, 230s. Who knows? If you have Soxel, for the love of God, please. This is such a crappy ETF. Please. Hey, Cat. Please, 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 please. Like, again, look at the monthly. So just so you have reference, it's not good. Even when SMH was going nuts, like it only really rallied at the end of the move. This thing can go absolutely bonkers lower after the SMH turns over. Be prudent. What did we say? I said initially in the 10s, 11s, 12. I said it's probably going to 17 or 18. If it gets to 20, it's a gift. Do not chart this chart. Just notice where it's at in relation to the SMH. Do not chart this. Notice nothing on here. Say it over. Nothing on here. Don't care. I just want to see in relation to where it is the SMH. Okay? It's really that simple. Let's throw an IBM because I am probably the heaviest I've ever been in Big Blue. Why, Dan? Well, why not? Why not? It's like Animal House. He's like, why? Why not? Belushi. I can't remember that specific line. I'm fading on it, but whatever. Why not? Here you are. Channel low. Big volume. You see the big volume. Higher low. Now remember, what is the typical rule for bad news? 3-day rule. If we don't get going tomorrow, here you go. Alert, alert, alert. Everybody who's trading this. If we do not get going tomorrow, you got to get going. Meaning you got to get out. Because it should be something like this, where it goes right back. That's what we're expecting. That's the only reason why we're playing this. Now people go, oh, IBM sucks, whatever. Yeah, trust me, I know. But this is the one thing that I think people don't realize about IBM. Considering the market peak, oh, that's the monthly. Wrong. Let's get out of there. Let's just zoom out. Since November, when the market peaked, right here, this is when the market started peaking, October, November. Do you not notice this thing is making higher highs and higher? Holy crap. IBM is strong. I tried to warn people. Like, it's actually been acting strong the last couple months. Think about the market. It's in a bear market. If you looked at this chart, you go, oh, we're in a bull market. Okay. What does that mean? Who has a stopping power in a bear market? Wow. Even uranium, even gold can't hold up this well. It's telling you something. Maybe it pops again. Maybe it doesn't. Either way, the risk versus reward says what? Tight stops, 10 points. Easy. Fill this gap, easy. Make a new high, probably not. But you never know. Again, I mean, it was acting well beforehand. Can't make assumptions. Meta. It shook me out, but I never gave up telling people if you get in, hold it. It's going channel high. Channel low, channel high. Now again, does it have to get to the channel high? Well, looks like once you get over the 50-day, it's pretty much guaranteed. Now again, is it? Please, I say this over and over. The more you're up, the less you own. When you start getting up into the 190s, please really start thinking about taking some profit. And if it goes higher, guess what? You still made 30 freaking points in a market where people are losing 30 points left and right. They're freaking getting murdered, and you're not. Apple. What do we got here? I mean, I've said this a billion times. I'm like, this is not a bearish market. This is not a bearish tendency. Apple leading up. People are going, oh, but market's going lower. It's like, if you just looked at Apple from here. Whoa. Would you say the market's going up or down based on that? Oh, no, but but the news, Dan, the CPI, the Fed. But look at Apple. Is it going up? Yeah, it's going up. Now where we're into like what I consider probably the first major resistance. Could it go higher? Freaking A, man. This thing is acting, it's crazy. Yeah, it probably could. But no, it's a bear market. No! It's a bear market rally. It's a trader's market. Come on, man. Roblox, this thing was rather fun today. Oh, all of a sudden, my status. And we're back. Status back on. Bought some today, and people keep going like, what are you doing with Roblox? This thing is dog crap. VPA, capitulation, higher low. Look at these volume nodes. Someone's buying. Today it tried to break out and it came back. I keep saying the longer it chops, the bigger the potential the up move is, because look what happens here. Pop, chop, pop. Like 2 days, pop, chop. Now a couple days, probably going to pop. And again, 50 is my target area. Don't hold me to it if it goes to 52 or 48. I'm just saying 50 area, give or take a few points. Okay. Don't be that person who just like uses a freaking ruler. Tesla, I've said this every day for the last, it seems like 3 months. Do not short it. Do not buy it. It's not going anywhere. It's stuck. And I've honestly said you could actually buy it because I think if the market's rallying, keep in mind, since May, it bottomed. Sideways. They had the earnings. Let's check it out. What's going on after hours? Big spike, big drop, 753. Where'd it close? 742. Yep, it's up 10 points. Again, tendencies of a bear market rally. Their probably earnings were crap. I don't need to look it up. I don't really, again, I believe, what's the best way to describe it? I believe as Elon as a manager of perceptions and how to kill bears, great. Do I believe in the stock long term? Nope. Freaking way. No way. Because again, it's like every company has its shelf life. Now, long term, we'll see. Like, I still believe this will be a double-digit stock at some point because it's a bear market. But after that, I don't know. EXPI. Someone hit me up today, like, hey, look, it's at 15. It's like, hey, awesome. Fundamentals. That's the best. I'm a fundamental buyer. The fundamentals are great, Dan. The fundamentals are great. The fundamentals are great, Dan. The fundamentals are great. What? Fundamentals. I told you, fundamentals don't matter. The market's not rational. No one can agree on price. It's just over time. Like, it's all perception. Great company, stock, not so great. I hope it gets back to 20 for the people who are investing in it. I get shares through work. I think of them as lottery tickets. I hope this is not a $5 stock. And I'm down 80% on that shares because that won't be fun. I can't sell them yet. I'm not vested. Not vested. I want to get my double shares because if I'm buying lottery tickets, might as well get as many as possible, right? I don't count this as real income. It's going to either zero or maybe I'll make some money. Who the hell knows? Don't really care. UTHR. I said this like a bazillion times. Let me review what I say every video. Talked about buying it here. Volume price analysis, double bottom. Remember, double bottom, not V bottom. Talked about it popping, backing off, double bottom. We could have bought it here. Rip. We said we'd probably come back to the breakout. Look at that. And we said now you're getting to the point where you need to take profits. Dan, why? Oh, because it's coming into the upper monthly channel bound. Okay. Now what? You should be. I said you should actually be. You can see it. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. You should actually be out of the stock, looking for dips. But no, people were 100% in, and then they cry to me like, "What do you do next?" And it's like, cry. That's all you can really do. Hope, cry, and hope. Oil, talked about the USO shorting up here in the 78 range. Demand destruction, look at that. Hit the 20-day. Again, 20 days curling down. When it's curling up, it's your friend. Curling down, backs off. I don't know, near term. I'm just not playing these trades. Again, I will come back to oil at some point. XOP, someone talked about shorting it today, I think. Again, if the market's going higher, the XOP will go higher because it's part of the market, even though oil acts like crap. Look, it's telling you it's probably going up. I mean, I can only imagine these companies are going to have great earnings. Like, keep that in mind. It's earnings season. They're probably going to report great numbers. ExxonMobil ended here. Same thing. Probably going to have a great quarter. Double bottom, pop in. It probably forms what? A big old... Maybe it is... Oh, is it the middle finger formation? It could form. You get like this. Here's your middle finger, and then you get like these... other fingers. Whee! And here's your middle finger. It is a real thing, actually. That's kind of a little big of a thumb. That looks more like Chunk from Goonies, probably hand. My bad. But anyway, you can see the middle finger. Anyway, that's probably what's going to happen. Chop out and then fail. All right. If you have real estate questions, you know where to follow me. Hit me up, danmaxrealty.com. Again, please, if you're making money in the markets, this is a business. The business is not to grow an unlimited bank account or a trading account. Think of this again. If you ran a business and your business had $500,000 in the bank, would you rather keep it in the bank for the business or pay yourself? You pay yourself. Again, it's great to have a great big trading account, but at a certain point, you have to make a living. And if you want to make a living in anything, what do you need? Passive income, real estate. You need to be advised. I can help you with that. Again, I am not certified as a financial advisor, and I don't really want to be, but I can help you with real estate. I do have a real estate license. I'd love to be involved in your transaction to help you overlook wherever you are in the process, because again, I understand real estate. Just like if you think I know something about the markets, I do know a thing about real estate. So keep in mind, I'm here to help. If you have questions, please stop by the Discord room. Link is in the description below of the video. There's really not much else to say. Please be safe. The rest of the week going into Feds, it's acting bullish. I'm telling you right now, it probably could pull back at any point. Please do not get comfortable shorting. Have stops. Know your plan. Be smart. Because again, if you're doing what everyone else is doing, that's called losing. Because that's what bears have been doing. And again, you know me. I'm not bullish or bearish. I'm just trying to do what the market's doing. Talk to you later.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.